Small Business Saturday. What a great concept. This can't just be one random day in November, though. This idea has to be a movement. Our team helps all startups, not just people with great ideas for apps. We decided to show off some of the small businesses Codilation loves. Internet! Holy cow, I'm excited to be here. I'm here with my buddy Josh Rahn, and we're at the Rail Yard, which I've never been to, and where you started a business, an elite tax consulting. And so let's, talk about the superhero origin story of why did you start your own business?
Yeah, so I've been in tax and consulting or doing accounting for 17 years, and just an opportunity came along to be my own boss and help people, and I took that opportunity.
You just kind of went for it.
I just went for it. I said, you know what, now's the time. I am 40, believe it or not. I probably don't look like that on camera, but 40 and said, hey, it's time to do my own thing, to be my own boss.
Oh, that's exciting. So the tax season, it's here. That's so exciting. Let's talk about what your business is and who you help.
Yeah. So we work with everybody. We'll do basic returns, people who just need help to file, all the way up to $1 million businesses. And you might say we're a micro firm in that we're 3 people, but we can do a bunch of stuff. We can do all the stuff as the big firms and give you a little more customized, a little more small culture or feel.
Or just like a more human touch to some of the bigger firms, or even the TurboTaxes of the world that
exactly. If you
don't feel superhuman,
use TurboTax or use someone as seasonal, they're there for a little while and then they're gone. Right. So if you get an IRS notice, you get a question, that's not there. There's no one there to answer. We're around. You end up with my phone number. We end up getting to know each other, becoming friends. In the business world, we help people take control of their business finances and run their business.
So speaking of just the excitement and just the vigor of what made you get into taxes? You got this blank slate when you're 18. You're oh, here we go. Let's get something sexy.
Yeah, to be
IRS tax time. That's it. What got you started? What made you make that choice?
I'm from a pretty blue collar family who always worked pretty hard. And to be honest with you, it was my basketball coach and accounting teacher who in accounting class talked about the difference between private and public accounting. And he said, hey, a private accountant works for one company and manages the finance, but a public accountant works for all these different companies, and he could work as much as he wanted and make as much money as he wanted during tax season. Okay. And that was kind of the light bulb, geez, if I could make a lot of money if I continued to work hard. That was just the light bulb that kind of clicked, and accounting's always came natural. Sure. So
again, there's people that are accountants and there's people that obviously are not. And so what makes you better than we're gonna get bombarded with TurboTax, tax? What makes you better than filing online?
You get us to answer questions. You get somebody who can understand your situation. I love to find something that someone else missed. That makes my day the best. And so,
so epic. And found a monetary error.
Exactly. And so what we've done recently is, just kind of a program to get people, wanting to work with us. We've offered a free tax analysis or for a business, a free profit analysis. And then we find stuff. Yeah. And we find stuff worth thousands of dollars, and it looks like we're heroes, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and that real world example of that is I'm not a complicated person with complicated finances. 1, maybe 2 W-2s a year, some student loan stuff, some investment stuff. I've been filing forever online. Fast forward to last October, I was applying for a house and I dug in and I found out that my taxes weren't accepted by the IRS. I'm like, I don't know why. And then I troubleshot and it still didn't work. And then I brought it in to you and you said, that doesn't make sense. And here's the steps to take to do that. It's like, now you're just my tax guy forever because I have a house and I don't know if I could have got to that step. But so thank you.
Yeah, no, always happy to help. And that's one of the things too. You know, a lot of people buy QuickBooks and say, hey, this is the answer, this is the solution. And you know what? QuickBooks says that they're the solution, and they try to sell you services, and they try to say they're everything. The average person can't do accounting with just QuickBooks. Right. I mean, that's why people go to school for 4.5 years to become an accountant, or college to have a degree to do it. It's a little more complex. Now, we work with small businesses all the time and teach them what they can do. Right. And then we just help fill in the dots and make sure that they do have peace of mind and they're taking advantage of everything they can.
So what advice do you have for just like normal people kind of so we don't have to come to you with a dumpster fire? Like, what's some good advice you can give people like throughout the year with their, finances to really set them up for success, year end?
Yeah, right now you start getting stuff in the mail, and we recommend you just use our organizer and start, putting that in a file, and you drop it off for us, and we'll make sure you have everything based on last year, or ask the right questions. Sometimes we get the comment of, geez, if I had to answer all these questions, I'd do my own return. But the reality is that someone has to answer those questions. Right. And those are questions that are needed to return. And it just keeps getting, more complex as time goes on, and that's why you need someone like me. I love it. And so who should be looking for you? Like, what's the demographic of people that you want to help, and how do they reach you? Yeah, we love to work with small businesses. That's really a niche where we can put in, my 17 years of background and my extra certifications to help those businesses kind of analyze their financial picture and then plan. We usually can find some tax savings that have been missed. We offer some nice tax plans and projections, and really just knowing what you're going to pay and having peace of mind. On the same side, we also help all individuals. We take away some of that compliance piece. We also do a lot of planning with individuals, and we try to find them the most advantageous way that they can take advantage of the tax code for their unique situation. No, and I think being a small business, you just want to help the small business, and like you want to break away from some of that bigger stuff, and like you make instant connections with someone who's doing something on their own, I think, and wanting to help them. Yeah, I tell you, it's cool though to see the entrepreneur spirit, right, and the business starting. I'm going through it right now. We're in month 2, and it's going well. And so it's exciting, but there's a lot to do. And the way I describe it is your business really has four things that you're working on, right? You have your marketing. If you don't do marketing and no one knows you, you're not going to have anything. It's tricky. Then you have a sale, right? You got to sell that product. Yeah. And then once you sell the product, you got to somehow fulfill it or deliver it. That's your operations. Right. And then at the end, you have your finance. And finance happens at the end, but it doesn't mean it's not the most important or it's not an important thing. So not everyone's good at all of those 4. Right? I'm not good at all of them. I seek professional help all the time. Yes. And that's why there's an opportunity for me and my firm to be around to help you with that finance function. The other thing to remember is that the IRS is just so far behind. It's just a broken system, and I think I looked the other day and they basically said it's going to be a terrible tax season. You're not going to be able to call them with questions. You're not going to be able to get help. So you might get letters that might say, hey, I had someone that says, hey, here's a letter, you owe $135,000. Right? Now, we've got that abated, but it takes a lot of time because there's no one at the IRS answering those letters, and they said they're millions of returns behind, and so when we amend some of these returns, finding people tax savings, it ends up taking a long time before they get a refund. So is there anything else we can do to help you in your small business? you know what? This has been great. I hope a lot of people listen and learn. And if anybody's looking for help, we'd love the opportunity to try to earn your business.
Yeah, we'll close out this exciting video with some explosions or some Maddie just doing a thing here. Thank you. Have a good week, everyone.